Hey guys, in this video we're going to be looking at balancing equations, and it's really important. Balancing is the key thing. When you understand that symbol, you could say that 2 plus 4 is equal to 6, and you have an equation because that statement is true. 2 plus 4 is 6, okay? Um, and so the moment that, for instance, I decide to add 3 to this side, the equation is now not balanced, okay? 3 plus 2 plus 4 does not equal 6 anymore, and in order to keep things balanced, I need to add 3 to this side as well to make it true. So therefore it is equal to 9 now, okay? And this applies to many cases. So if I decide to multiply it by 4, then we will end up having, obviously now here at this point in time, 4 times 9 is not equal to 9. It's now not balanced. We need to do the same thing to the other side, and we have both sides equaling 36. Okay, now that's all well and truly kind of simple and straightforward when it comes to just numbers. But then what happens when we're dealing with pronumerals? Okay, so if we have x equals 6 and then we decide to add 5 to this side, we end up getting x plus 5. Okay, now we already know that now that we've added 5 to one side, it is no longer balanced. We need to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so 6 plus 5 is now 11. Then let's say if we decide to say multiply both sides by minus 4, then we'll have minus 4 outside of x plus 5. Remember, it's the whole thing that's multiplied by minus 4, not just part of it. It is no longer equal to 11 because we've changed one side. We need to keep things balanced by doing the exact same operation on the other side. So we're going to multiply the right-hand side by negative 4 as well. So 11 times negative 4 is minus 44. So we're keeping things balanced. The rule of thumb here when we're balancing equations is what you do on one side, you do the same thing to the other. Okay. Then let's say if we were to divide by 2, then we've got minus 4x plus 5, and we're going to divide that whole thing by 2. We need to do the exact same thing to the other side to keep things balanced. So divide negative 44 by 2, we end up getting negative 22. Okay, so that's half of 44, and make sure that you leave the negative in. So negative divided by positive is a negative. So I want you to make sure that you are putting everything, well, at least you show all your working out. You don't skip steps, you don't rush it, and you need to make sure that things are in order. And the best way to check if you did it right is obviously backtrack. So to get back to 6, you would multiply by 2. So you would get back to this. Then you would divide by negative 4 to get back to 11. And then you would subtract 5 to get back to 6. Okay. I might just do a few extra questions, a couple maybe. Let's see. So let's go with q divided by 4 minus 2 is equal to 10, and we're going to work out how we get to q. Okay, so remember, SAMDOB is a really good way of working this out, and what you do on one side, you need to do the same thing to the other. So I'm going to put in a few phrases here, and hopefully you kind of feel free to replay it and hear it, watch it again. But SAMDOB is the first thing. Subtraction and addition, we've got this part here. we've got a minus 2. So we're going to subtract 2. We're going to add 2 to both sides. Okay, remember, whatever we do on one side, we do the same thing to the other. And we'll end up having q over 4 is equal to 12 because 10 plus 2 equals 12. To get rid of the 4 is a denominator and it's a division. So the opposite to divide is multiply. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4. And then so q is going to equal to 48. Okay, so there's our, I guess you could say that's your flow chart there going downwards. And then we'll do one more here, and I'll do this in a different color. We'll have e over 2. No, actually, I'll do something that looks similar to what we've just done. And I'll explain this. So in this case, you can see that we've got the minus 2 on the left-hand side that is separate to q over 4. In this case, on the right-hand side, minus 2 is above the denominator of 4 as well. So you can't just add 2 to both sides because that's not quite right. So what I would like to say is that if you want to go upstairs, you need to start downstairs. Okay, if you want to go up, this is where you need to start. You need to start at the bottom. So here, before we can go to the numerator of the fraction, which is upstairs, we need to deal with what's downstairs. Okay, and in this case here, we are going to multiply both sides by 4. So 10 times 4 is 40, which leaves us with q minus 2. So to get rid of the minus 2, we're going to add 2 to both sides, and we have q is equal to 42. Obviously, if we want to backtrack, if you want to backtrack again, you're going to do the opposite, right? So you're going to subtract 2, and then you're going to divide by 4. 42 minus 2 is 40. 40 divided by 4 is back to 10. Okay. If you've got any questions, let me know. That's all with balancing equations. Yeah, ask me and I'll help you out. See you later.